knows when.
You are live.
This is our review of Rogue One. Are we starting?
Yes.
I don't really know what to say except we look like Jedis right now. We got this cheesy.
There were no Jedis
the
movie.
There were no Jedis in this movie, so we need to turn these sound effects off.
Just a monk.
Oh, man. All right, guys, what's going on? This is David of Blame Your Brother. I am here with Lee and John of Blame Your Brother fame as well. John's looking kind of weird there, like Yoda. And we today are going to be doing a full review of Rogue One, the amazing Star Wars movie that came out just a few weeks ago in 2016. We're going to be doing spoilers, so if you have not seen the movie, please, if you don't want it ruined, stop the video and come back when you've actually seen the movie.
Just keep watching the video. Listen to the video. Just leave the room.
Oh, that's right. Just
until
mute,
it's over.
Just mute the video.
And then watch it again later.
Give us the streams, the downloads, and we'll be good. Okay, so
Yes.
Rogue One. So Rogue One was announced maybe like a year ago, right? They announced they were going to be doing these standalone movies in between each of the episode films. So a lot of people initially thought this was going to be a terrible film. I mean, that's initially what I heard from people. Most people thought it was just going to be filler. They thought this might signify the end of the greatness of Star Wars.
I think a lot of people thought it was just going to be akin to like a fan film.
Right. So, which is interesting because this story was actually originally told, as I've been explained, in a video game a long time ago. There was actually a video game.
In a faraway galaxy.
There was a video game made where they were to go steal the plans, and I believe the main character was a guy, but was a very similar name to Jyn, which is kind of weird because the main character of this is Jyn Erso. So, all right. So, but then the trailer came out, and I was like, oh my God, this looks really good. You know, I thought it looked amazing from the trailer. But even then, some Star Wars nerds were like, I don't know, I haven't seen any Jedi in it. I haven't seen Darth Vader in it or anything. Oddly enough, after those complaints, Darth Vader was in the trailer, and an extra scene was added with Darth Vader in it. So anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit. So we'll just start off with initial thoughts. Lee, what were your thoughts after seeing Rogue One?
Really good movie. I did have two problems with the movie, if you want to start there.
Sure, go ahead. What are your problems?
So one...
Do we want to explain what the movie is real quick? I mean, just...
In a nutshell, I mean, you could say that the crawl from Episode 4, A New Hope, is this movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So basically the movie is we are introduced to Jyn. No, it's true. No, it is. Jyn Erso is she's the main character, I guess you could say, of the film. She is the daughter of an engineer for
the Death Star.
And she, as a child, is hidden away from the Empire, and she basically hooks up with these rebels, and they go try to steal the plans for the Death Star, which show the weakness of this killer weapon. So that's okay. So that's your general synopsis.
The first Death Star, because there's been 3.
True.
Well, didn't they just rebuild it though? The same one.
But yeah.
So it's still the Death Star.
One was a death planet, I guess. But anyway, the two problems I had with it.
Okay.
The first one is I was always intrigued in the original Star Wars when they said a lot of people died getting these plans.
Right.
And it made me think, before this movie came out, of course, that the whole point was it was supposed to be like an underground espionage. They had people inside the Empire that were getting the plans, and you know, it was all this spy versus spy Cold War stuff, right? And now that this movie come out, that cancels all that out. You see, it's just like the entire rebellion. Last minute hijinks, no planning, people being divided. There's not a grand plan. Let's face it, the rebels suck. And they just got lucky because of the Force. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is there's a scene where when they land, the main character...
I'm sorry.
Well, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
It's whatever. It's a minor point.
Go ahead.
She gets they disguise themselves as Empire, and she's wearing that cool costume with like the swords or whatever on her back. Never uses them. Never uses them once. There's one scene in the movie where she pulls out a retractable baton and starts hitting stormtroopers and such. Why didn't they just instead have her use those things? they've used that costume in every marketing piece they've had as like
yeah, it's a misdirect. They want you to think that
she never it's such a cool costume. She has the ability to use it. Never uses it once.
Well, the thing is, those
Very
batons are close action. The blaster, you can...
She literally pulls out a retractable baton in one of the scenes and is hitting people with it.
Yeah, people
early
who are
in the
close
movie.
by. But a lot
You
of
know it's a work of fiction, and they can make it do anything
Yeah,
they
but
want.
at that point in the movie, so he's talking about the end of the movie, where they sneak into the rebel base.
Yeah.
And they knock out some people like they always do, and they steal their outfits. And she never gets a chance to fight anyone.
I know. So why not just write it in?
Write in what? Why?
The fighting with the batons.
Who is she going to fight with the batons?
Then don't put it in your marketing material. Don't even have it in the movie.
No, it looks cool. I mean,
it looks cool. That's why it's in the movie.
But my other question is, are those weapons or are they landing sticks? Because right in that scene, there's a person that's waving. It made me think that maybe they were just landing gear, like landing directors. That's what I'm hoping.
We'll say they're landing sticks.
Okay, so those are my two. Awesome movie, though. It made me want to go watch all 7 episodes right then. I was pumped. I'm like, this is just good stuff. It's good stuff. It's a good movie.
I watched Force Awakens right after this because I went to work the following morning.
Awakens.
I mean,
you got to watch Phantom Menace.
No, I'm not going back to Phantom Menace ever.
Oh my God, that's such a good movie.
But I went to work.
There it is.
Yeah, so I went to work, and someone asked me, which one do you think is better, Rogue One or Force Awakens? And so I said, I don't know. That's a good question.
No, not even close.
And so I rewatched Force Awakens, and I will tell you at the end which one I think is better. That's your tease to stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so what are some problems I had with the movie? Not a lot, actually. There are some, there's some minor plot holes, like at the beginning. So, the rebels come in. I mean, not the rebels. The Empire comes in. They got to grab this engineer, and he tells his daughter to go run and hide. Well, it's like, okay, why didn't you tell your wife to go run and hide with your daughter? I mean, your story.
She did.
No, she didn't. The wife came out and.
Yeah, but he told her to split too.
Because
though.
She's dumb.
She thought they were going to kill her husband. She thought that in some
because she's
inane thing that she'd be able to save him. The same reason why even his daughter, even Jen, she didn't run and hide the way she was supposed to. She did hide, but she didn't immediately go to the spot she was supposed to hide in.
But he says, he's like, where's your daughter at? And he's like, oh, what daughter are you talking about? But then it shows a scene later where the dude's tucking the daughter into bed. What's the bad guy's name? I don't know his freaking name.
Can't remember him.
But yeah, he's tucking the girl into bed. So obviously he already knew the daughter existed.
No, I thought he said that they both died.
I don't think he said the daughter died. I don't know.
He said his wife died.
But anyway, I
don't
don't understand. Like this is one guy that could build a Death Star. I don't know. That seems a little bit far fetched, but it's a movie. You got to accept those little things. I would say the beginning is a little bit slow because you're setting up a lot of stories. I mean, you're pretty much setting up 4 stories into one.
I heard someone else say that.
Jyn Erso story. You're setting up. God, can you get the names of these people up here? That's another thing about Star Wars. Some of the names sometimes are a little bit ridiculous. You're setting up the rebel guy. Good God, I can't remember.
Cassian?
Yes, is it Cassian?
Cassian, I think.
Okay, so you're setting up Cassian's story. You're setting up Jyn Erso story. You're setting up, apparently, for some reason, Forrest Whitaker. I don't even know. Like, the guy wasn't hardly even in the movie, so I don't understand really why you were setting his story up. And then you're setting up, the bad guys as well. So, to me, it was going a little bit slow. I was like, yeah, it's going to pick up for sure. So, you had Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor. You had Orson Krennic. That's his name. Orson Krennic is the main bad guy. And then, but once it got going, I was all in. I was like, this is one of the greatest movies I've seen in a long time. Like I said, now I did see Rogue One Force Awakens last year. So, all right. So John, what were some thoughts? Did you have any problems with it?
The only thing I didn't like about it was near the end. It seemed like the rebellion as a whole was too easily ready to just roll over and die.
Who was the rebels?
The rebel as an alliance.
Oh yeah, that scene where they're like, "Should we fight back or not?" And they're like, "Nope." It's like,
yeah. I mean, what do you think? They're just gonna forgive you? They know who you are.
Yes, they know where you're at, guys. They have a weapon that can destroy planets. What do you? Here's another thing about Star Wars. If we're gonna get on the thing, what really is the power of the Empire? I mean, what?
That's another thing.
This galaxy is like there's no end to it, right? How would they effectively monitor every planet in? So what is this really just about?
I mean, if they can really monitor, how can Obi-Wan hide for 17 years?
That's true. That's pretty terrible. Like if you're saying you are the all eye watching,
and not just Obi-Wan,
Yoda. So how come Darth Vader? Now we're getting into like nerd stuff.
Let's focus on.
Hold
Rogue
on, I just want this
because
question put out there. How can Darth Vader sense Luke Skywalker in New Hope, who he's never met before and barely has any power of the Force? He can't detect Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's his son.
Obi-Wan is the most powerful Jedi of all time.
No, he's not.
Oh, please, who is then?
Anakin
Obi-Wan
Skywalker.
himself in
We've
the
had
first
this
3
discussion
movies
before.
says that
I say
Anakin is more
Anakin.
powerful than him.
Anakin.
Who wins in a straight fight with no distractions at all? Who won in that fight? Obi-Wan versus Anakin in Revenge of the Sith. Who won without?
He was not fighting Anakin Skywalker at that time. He was fighting Darth Vader.
No, wrong.
He was not using the light side of the Force. Ergo, he was not a Jedi.
They are said dark sword is stronger than the Force.
Look, this is a pointless
Obi-Wan
argument.
is
You guys
the.
He was
nerds.
barely a Padawan
Look,
as the dark side.
Lucas screwed the pooch. Obi-Wan was the most powerful Jedi, and really the first 3 movies should.
Nobody
have been,
cares what you think because you're wrong.
No, it's
okay.
right, 100%.
No.
I've talked to people about it. He is.
You talked to people that were
Anyways,
also wrong.
Okay, so please hit us up on Twitter. You can't do anything at the bottom with our Twitter, can you?
I can.
Okay. Well, anyways, at BYBPod or in the comments, let us know who's the most powerful Jedi of all time is. Obi-Wan Kenobi. But
Anakin
even if he's not,
Skywalker.
but he's second or third most powerful ever. Would you say that?
Ever?
Why does it matter? What
Because-
does that have anything to do with
because-
Rogue One? Because there's
Ever?
no Jedis in
Yes,
Rogue One.
but no, they are in this world. They're just hidden.
There's no
So
Jedis
why can-
in the movie Rogue One. Let's focus on
Why
Rogue
can
One.
Darth Vader not sense them in this movie?
Since who?
Obi-Wan or Yoda?
Because maybe they're using the Force to conceal themselves.
Okay.
Why does it matter?
Fair enough. Anyway,
It's a movie. It's a work of
Well,
fiction.
that brings up many a question for Force Awakens as well.
okay.
Jeez.
Anyway, all right.
Here's another thought. Okay,
Sure. Go ahead.
seeing all the like when Cassian was talking about all these bad things he had to do,
Yeah.
murder people, and he shows him murdering somebody.
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore. Man.
okay.
He killed that guy without any.
Yeah, no thought whatsoever. Just like, oh, you got to go.
Which is fine. I mean, when you meet Han Solo in New Hope, he kills Greedo unprovoked. The original movie,
Han shot first.
He killed him unprovoked. So, I mean, these guys have been killing people.
Well, I wouldn't
since
say
the 70s.
unprovoked. I mean,
Oh, John, you can't.
Greedo told him he was going to kill him.
You can't shoot a guy at a bar for no reason because you owe the guy money. I mean, give me
No.
a break.
No. In their dialogue, Greedo tells him, "I'm going to deliver you dead."
Okay, so he's talking smack. You've been at a bar.
To me, that's provoked.
you at a bar.
Why are you guys doing a Rogue
I don't-
One
'cause
I'm
it's-
sorry.
filler piece
Hold on,
and you're
let me-
refusing
let
to
me-
talk about Rogue One? I do not get
he
it.
knocked me off the subject.
These are important
anyway,
issues.
Anyway, what I'm saying is,
I'm
okay,
about to stop and start over because
No,
why is-
please don't. This is important.
Why
This is important.
why is the Empire the bad guys?
Why is the Empire the bad guys?
Yes.
Oh, John, you're joking right now, right?
I'm just saying, there's not any definitive proof.
Hey, did you hear what this dude just said?
that's what I'm saying. This is a stupid conversation.
No, in this
How
movie,
so?
in this movie, why are
And-
they the bad guys? Okay,
No,
that's a fair question for Rogue One. Lee, why do you think the Empire in Rogue One are the bad guys of the film? I don't know, John, because they built a weapon that can literally destroy planets. They're killing people just systematically. They destroyed 2 planets in this movie, my friend.
No, they didn't destroy any planets in the movie.
Okay, they destroyed entire
Cities.
cities. Excuse me.
Okay.
So genocide's fine as long as it's confined to a
If you
city.
believe
Yes.
that killing 1 million people
Yes.
will save zillions,
Okay.
are you a bad guy?
Yes.
I'm just saying, some people might not see that.
Oh, well, I mean, they're fools.
How many people did Cassian kill
That we know of.
that
one.
we know of?
Right.
But he said killed people. He was ready to kill Jen's father,
He was, but he didn't.
but he was ready. The only reason he didn't is because he saw her.
What point are you making?
I'm saying
John's
that,
justifying murder of
No,
hundreds
I'm
of
not.
people makes you
I'm
not a bad
saying
guy.
that there's not a justification in this movie
John,
to label
the
Empire as being evil
So we gotta
and the
go,
rebellion being as good.
So we got to go back to.
What are you talking?
We got to go back. We got to go back to the.
What?
We got to go back to the third movie then. Okay.
No, I'm saying in this movie.
But this movie is after the third movie, John. Revenge of the Sith. Palpatine destroys democracy.
You really think that the Empire is the good guys?
That's what he's
no,
saying.
I don't.
Do you not?
No, I don't.
Why are we?
I'm saying that my thoughts are weighted by the other movies. I'm saying if this was the first movie that came out.
Okay, wait, Lee. If you
I
just
would
saw
need
Rogue One,
more-
you were unfamiliar with the Star Wars universe, would you believe the Empire were the good guys?
I'm saying I would need more to be on board with the rebellion.
Okay, so you're saying
They literally blew up an entire city twice. One of the cities were their own city. The Sith are literally use dark force energy.
Do they mention the word Sith or Dark Force energy in Rogue One?
The freaking monk and the heavy gunner are feel-good story of the year, man. What are you talking about? Honestly.
I'm saying
You're...
that I am on board. I'm on board with the rebellion because of the other 6 movies. I'm saying if it wasn't for the other 6 movies,
this is the most.
this movie
This
would
is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard
carry
you
as
say.
Can we
much
talk about
weight.
Rogue One now?
We
please?
are talking about Rogue One.
We
This
are
guy's,
talking about
this
Rogue
Nah,
guy's
man,
off,
that ain't even reality.
guy's off the
That's
reservation.
not even reality.
Anyway.
Wow.
How
my
do we know reality is real?
How do we know they're bad guys? Well, we just saw them slaughter like hundreds of thousands of people.
If I hadn't seen the other Star Wars, the movie is.
I'm saying
the
that
movie is
Cassian was
literally
one person.
Hey, the movie is literally
That has killed
subtitled
a
a
bunch of
Star
people.
Wars story. So if you haven't watched the other ones, then who cares?
I'm saying
Watch them,
that
then
if,
you'll know.
If Cassian did all those bad
Please,
things,
in the comments below, please
Phil,
tell us.
come on.
Please tell us. Explain to this guy why you would know just from this standalone movie why the Empire were the bad
I'm
guys.
saying that scene that you saw with Cassian right after he killed that guy. What did you think of Cassian?
I mean, I thought it was all right.
He addresses it in the movie. He says, "We have
No,
all
no.
done
At
things
that
that are bad.
moment in
we
the
have
film.
murdered. We have saboteured. We have done things we are not proud of,
Yeah.
all in the name of the rebellion, because we believe that the universe can be a better place." They address it.
Okay,
That's
what if
the whole point.
all right, what if Vader gave that same speech?
Okay, let's understand that this is a movie, John. They order it in a certain way to make you feel this way, and then they justify it
I'm
so that you
saying-
understand.
At that moment in time, I was
I
worried.
just want to get back to John. The simple question: if you watched any movie or read any book, and one side had a weapon that would literally just blow up planets and just kill entire cities, you would at no point go, "Yeah, that's the bad guys."
Okay,
Go ahead.
Justice League, The Watchtower.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's in comic books. You know comic books.
I don't know what Justice League, the Watchtower.
The Watchtower in space is literally a weapon that can just literally destroy Earth
No.
in a moment.
Wrong.
No,
That's
it's
not
true.
John.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It has enough firepower to destroy the
Well,
Earth.
Superman could destroy the Earth. So
All right, so he's a bad guy.
has he ever done it? You in this movie, you watched them do it twice. Have you ever watched the Justice League blow up the planet or any planet with this weapon?
And Earth too, yeah.
In regular Earth, John, have you ever watched them use the weapon for mass destruction?
No, but there's a first time for
Thank you.
everything.
No, John, come on. All right, we're moving past this. All right. So, favorite character of the movie? Go, Lee.
The monk, for sure, man. It's such a cool concept.
I
that
knew you would say
you
that.
can be a
knew he
monk,
would
not
say it
be a
too.
Jedi, but believe and worship the Force and have that come through you still not being a Jedi.
Okay, so-
and he's blind. You know,
So he was
so-
Chirrut Imwe, a blind warrior who believes in the Force. So he was Force sensitive, we would say.
Yes.
Like he didn't use the Force, but he could sense the Force. All right, John, who was your?
Well, I mean, I would say he's
I think you'd be able to guess my favorite character.
Probably. I
Darth
mean,
Vader.
no, knowing you,
The-
it's
the
freaking
hero.
Orson Krennic.
Yeah,
would it
the
be your
hero
guy.
of the story.
Your guy would be the director Krennic. I mean, this guy's great. He's going out. He's making his weapons.
K was my favorite.
He's defending the planet from the evil rebellious guys. To be fair, John, now I will come back to this real quick. Who's your favorite guy?
K.
K2SO. any side that's trying to overthrow the other side would technically be considered a terrorist group, to be fair. So I will give you that. But still, sometimes the terrorists are the good guys. Okay. Yeah, K2SO is pretty awesome, but I just love Jen Erso. I like Felicity Jones in this role. I thought she
did a phenomenal job.
I think she's fantastic.
Yes.
I think without her in this movie,
what did she do that was so good?
Please
tell me.
When she was not sure, she looked like she was not sure.
Yeah, I mean,
when she was sure of something, she looked like she was sure. I mean,
you need her really. I mean, you need her to carry this movie. Like it's her story. I mean, it's her journey. It's her getting her closure. It's her, basically actually doing something with her life for once. You don't have her emotional impact in this. I mean, yeah, K2SO is awesome. The blind guy's awesome for sure. I mean, there's a ton of people. I mean, Cassian was a pretty cool guy.
Cassie was pretty cool.
I mean,
was it the sexual tension between the two and the hate that turned into love? I'm confused.
I just think she's amazing. I think every movie she's been in, I think this is really
so that
good.
has nothing to do.
No, I thought in this movie the character Jen Erso is great.
I credit to the actress. I think she did a good job.
These people went in knowing they were pretty much going to die at the end.
Spoiler
alert, they all die. Everyone dies. The entire
Some
cast.
people can not do so well, and the character be a great character, but the actor screw it up. But I think Felicity Jones deserves some kudos to that. I think she just was great.
The best character in the movie is freaking Darth Vader, and the last 10 minutes of this movie is an epic masterpiece. I was on the edge of my seat. I already knew what happened. I mean, I've seen freaking New Hope. I knew they obviously got the plans for the Death Star. But I was going, go, you idiot. Okay, so basically, they get the plans up to the rebels. The rebels get in onto the starship. Yeah, in the starship. So these dudes,
they disable it.
They disable, and they got the plans on a floppy disk. Which,
and then the Corsair, I think the Corsarian cruiser, you see disconnect from the disabled Battlestar ship, whatever it is, and then flies away.
Right.
And you see Darth Vader standing on
Here comes Darth
the
Vader,
edge,
dude, and
scene for scene.
Oh, I lit up.
It's pretty cool.
I lit up like, I mean, that's the baddest we've ever seen Darth Vader. James Earl Jones was doing the voice. He sounded like he was with the man, dude. Like the earlier scene of Darth Vader, it was all right, but it was a little bit corny. You think Darth Vader's really gonna go, "Don't let your ambition choke you"?
No,
I don't see him saying a pun.
Yeah,
it was a pun.
They should have cut.
It was a bad. Pun.
Okay,
but it was a pun. Period.
Okay, so that was.
I don't even think Darth Vader would tell a good
okay,
pun.
So that was bad. Then that was one bad part. But at the end, dude, oh my God, man, him destroying those guys, and I'm yelling at the guy, "Get the plans out, you freaking idiot! Go!" Like I'm almost.
I don't even know what's
because they're not doing a very good job.
Like idiot, the guys, help me! The door open.
Forget the door. Get the plans out.
The door's not gonna open.
Glad we can agree on
I literally
something
almost
that
came
actually
out.
dealt with the movie.
I almost came out of my seat and said, "Get the plans out, you dope!" I was like so upset at this guy. Like, but that would probably be any of us. If you see Darth Vader walk through that thing, you're probably like, "Oh no, that's Darth Vader." Like you'd probably be freaking out.
But what if it had been the first movie you watched?
Would you think Darth Vader is a good guy? I mean, he's real. What's he doing? He's coming on the plane.
For the record, I'll be hearing about this for the whole of 2017.
He's trying to just get those plans back and destroy planets. And really, these rebels, they need to die. I mean, so what? He's wearing black. Who cares? He's got a red lightsaber.
They can do it with Wicked and the Wizard of Oz, but I can't do it with Star Wars.
God, this may be the worst thing you've ever said on microphone. But anyways, the end, Darth Vader, and the last shot. We won't say who it was. The CGI was better than I thought it would be, and when it shows that last character, that last shot of someone that's not with us anymore, that dude, I did a tear did for
what?
him. Yes. Oh, I was
They brought a few characters back from beyond for with CGI.
Yeah, they sure did, man. That one guy. That dude's been dead for years.
Yeah. I mean, he was 80 years old in 1970.
I was like, this dude.
If I didn't know that was CGI, I probably wouldn't have known.
I was like, what's going on? I was like, did they find like a dude? Did they find some guy that looks just like, or is it makeup, or that's CGI? So it's changing the game. It
was a great deal better than what was Jeff Bridges' Tron Legacy.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
Yeah, we've come a long way.
But this was spot on.
And we do get to see the guys that have been in every movie: C-3PO, R2-D2,
cameos,
and Anakin Skywalker have been in. Well, technically, I guess Anakin Skywalker
Force Awakens.
Technically,
how is he technically?
His helmet's in it, I guess. But
Okay.
So anyway, no, R2D2 and C3PO. I've been in every film so far, so it was fun to see them as well. But that end scene, I could watch that over and over and over again. I'm telling you, this movie really, it's just about perfect, if you ask me, which is surprising because I didn't think it was. I mean, there's no Jedis in it. There's no lightsaber battle per se. You know, there's a lightsaber. Here's my wish. I wish New Hope was as good. I know this is a dumb wish, but I wish it was better.
Well,
I mean,
I've
because
Wish A
heard
New Hope was better.
like shot wise.
I
You
heard
look at it now and it's like
that one of the reasons why the lightsaber with Darth Vader and Rogue One was so much better was because in the first trilogy they weren't allowed to use just one hand on the lightsaber. They had to have two hands on the lightsaber.
George Lucas is a nut.
That was a stupid rule.
He walked into the success. Let's just call it what it was. The guys told him you got to use it like a kendo sword. I mean, you look at Darth Vader in Rogue One and look at him in New Hope. Man, come on. What did he age 100 years? I could have beat that guy in New Hope. I'm like, give me a lightsaber. I could beat this guy.
Well, I mean, Obi Wan, he didn't really kill him. Obi Wan was just like, I can be more powerful on the other side of the Force than I can on this side.
So Darth Vader never technically ever beat Obi-Wan Kenobi in his entire life as Anakin or as Darth Vader.
Except when he killed him.
I didn't kill him.
I'm saying
John,
that Anakin...
Did he kill Obi-Wan Kenobi, yes or no?
Anakin
did Darth
never
Vader,
fought.
Did Darth
Anakin...
I'm sure they
okay,
did.
John.
Never.
Just for the record, you have no cred at this point. So what?
Because of
the
what
point
I said,
you're making is
I
kind
was
of,
making a political analyzation of the movie.
Yeah,
That's all I was
but nobody
doing.
can trust you. What you're
Anyway,
saying is crap.
I'm saying that when you're suddenly switching sides of the Force, there's a learning curve that you have to go into, and you're not going to be able to pick up where you started off of from the other
John,
side.
The point is that Anakin was a hothead always, and that held him back. His midichlorian levels were higher than anyone else.
Obi-Wan,
so he had the potential.
But
So
Obi-Wan-
David, in this
Obi-Wan-
regard, is kind of correct.
Thank you. Obi-Wan was a better Jedi.
But
Thank you.
That's
Game
not
over.
what you said. You said
More
most
powerful.
powerful.
Well, what's most powerful
the
if you don't know how to
difference?
use your power?
Yeah, you're saying the same thing, kind of.
No,
I mean, what's Superman without the red sun? He's nothing.
You could play chess and never make a mistake, but still lose.
And that makes you a good chess player?
That's what I'm
That
saying.
makes you like the worst chess player.
If you never make a
didn't even
mistake.
make a mistake and you lost.
Yeah,
That's
you're the worst guy.
You're the worst.
All right, did you have any problems with Forrest Whitaker as Saw Gerrera?
He wasn't in the movie long enough for me to be mad at him.
Who had a problem with
No,
him?
I don't know.
No.
It's weird seeing.
I had a problem with his legs.
Big
it seemed
actor.
weird.
Yeah,
And they were trying to make a parallel to
him
his
and
like breathing and
Yes.
Darth Vader and how he was like a poor man's Darth Vader because he couldn't afford the juice all the time or something.
he was a poor man's Vader. That's right. He was a
I
black
felt
man,
like
too.
he had a good character. They just didn't have enough time to show it in the movie, like the paranoia and not trusting
think he
everyone.
got-
I thought that was really good.
Well, here's
but it
another
just
problem.
Never came out.
So this one guy's a pilot who did pretty cool guy. Bodie Rook was his name. He was a defector from the good guys, if you ask John. But anyways,
Yeah.
he was defector from the bad guys to the good guy team. And
I liked his character a lot too.
but when this tentacle thing gets on his brain, it looked like it destroyed his mind.
It was supposed to drive him crazy,
but then
and it drove him crazy for 30 seconds.
for Thursday, and then he's like,
until someone said,
"Hey man, we got to get out of here." He's like, "Okay."
No, it was before that. They said something like,
Are you the pilot?
No, they said the guy's name.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, whatever.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm not crazy anymore."
Yeah, I did have a problem with that. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
I forgot about that.
Anyway,
Yeah,
every movie has one fatal flaw. Okay, so what would you give What would you give the movie 1 to 5 stars?
I would give it 5 stars better than The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Better than Force Awakens might possibly be the worst movie of all time. So this one rates very high.
Wow, we'll do a review of that in the future. John,
I give it a 4.
4 out of
4.
5. Well, I mean, they didn't clearly define who the bad guys were for John. So anyway, I would give this a 4.
I think 4 is pretty good.
I would give this. It's fine. You know, identify the bad guys. I'm tempted to give it a 5 because 5 is a perfect movie, but the Darth Vader scene in the middle, man, it was.
Oh yeah, the bad pun. I'm gonna lower mine to 4 or 5. Then.
It's pretty corny, man. I mean, Darth Vader. It's not Darth Vader. I mean, that's maybe Anakin Skywalker.
I don't remember him telling puns either.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Name
Anakin
one.
Skywalker, he's cracking wise in the second movie, the entire movie.
Not a pun though. It's different.
Yeah, he's cracking wise. I give it 4.5.
Even Obi Wan was telling jokes here and there though.
Now, which one is a better movie? If you ask me, and not Lee apparently, Force Awakens or Rogue One. Now, I did go watch Force Awakens, and here's why I say Force Awakens is a better movie. Because I love the characters in Rogue One, but I liked Rey better than I liked Jyn. And I liked Finn better than I liked Cassian. And I think you liked them better than you liked the characters in Rogue One, just by a little bit. So to me, that's a lot to do with it. So I'm going to go with Rogue One by a little bit. I would say...
Actually,
Force Awakens.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
man, come on. You almost had me.
Force Awakens.
You almost had me.
Force Awakens is a better movie by that much. I give them both. I give them
Force
both
Awakens
4.
isn't even a movie.
Yeah, I give them both 4.5.
It's just a recap of all the other. They took all the other plot lines
like-
and just reshot.
Okay.
I'm just the opposite of you.
Okay.
For just the opposite reasons.
Wow. Yeah, I love Rey. She's one of my favorite characters. So anyway, all right.
I like Jyn more than Rey, and I liked Cassian more than I liked Finn.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, well, but those guys are clearly defined as good guys, or are they bad
We
guys?
don't know, man. It's still the,
We
it's
don't
still the
know.
Empire and the.
We haven't seen Slope yet.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. So definitely go out and see this movie. I'd go see it in the theaters if it's possible. It needs to be seen on the big screen. It's great to see it with an audience. Yes, K2SO is amazing. Definitely a standout. One of the better droids you've ever seen on screen. And it's a fantastic film. I'm looking forward to more of these Star Wars standalone stories. Han Solo's next. When Han Solo was a man, I'm going to end it with this. After Empire, Han Solo is the worst character in Star Wars. He's the biggest wimp that ever walked the face of the earth. Just call it what it is. He's the worst guy.
No.
He is the worst guy in Return of the Jedi. Go watch it again. He's like, help me, I don't know what to do. Help
The
me,
worst
Princess
character
Leia.
in Star Wars is without a doubt
Jar Jar
Force
Binks.
Awakens, Kylo Ren. What a
Worse
bitch.
than Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks is way ahead of that dude.
No.
Oh, Daddy.
I'm
so angry.
Wait a second.
Oh.
Have you watched Luke?
Ultimate Edgelord.
He's Luke Skywalker.
Ultimate
He's Luke
edgelord.
Skywalker 2.0. What are you kidding?
No, he's
Luke
not.
Skywalker complains more than he does in New Hope. Oh, I want to go out, Daddy, and fly my little plane.
I'm an edgelord.
He
I
does-
dress all in black.
He
and-
does complain
and
a lot.
my father says that I need to control my anger,
Come
but
on,
I'm just so
come
angry.
on, Yoda. I'm
Whatever.
ready to go fight a battle. Come on, Yoda. Help me, Daddy.
And then what's the girl
Come
in that
on.
one? Ray.
Ray, she's the best.
She doesn't even need any training to be a
Well,
Jedi.
they're
she
explaining
was
it.
just born
They're gonna
with it.
No, she wasn't born with it. So they're
She
going to
was
explain it
just
to you.
born with
All
it.
right, guys. Blame Your Brother. Go check out the podcast on iTunes. It's different from this. It's a video exclusive only, but we talk and debate like this and rag on each other at Blame Your Brother on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn. Subscribe to this channel, and we will put out more like this. What do they say in Star Wars? May the Force be with you or something? There we go. May the Force be with you.